I'm Dan Lee. I'm from Brighton, Colorado. This is a 1967 F250 on a newer chassis frame, running a 05 common rail.
Truck, like what led you to building something like this?
I've always been a Ford guy. I had an F100 before, and me and my dad were going to build it for having fun with, and then I decided to sell it for a wedding ring, and here we are. And I decided to try to chase the dream again, and started building this, and was going to build it for me and my dad to do, you know, diesel power challenge and race weeks and stuff like that. He ended up passing away, so I figured I'd carry it on. I kind of built it how he would, American made. You know, I used all the same American products he would have used, and kind of started there. And it was supposed to be just a regular street driver, nothing special anyways. And then I got the itch for UCC and trying to chase that and chasing power. Next thing you know, I'm adding a lot more stuff than I planned on adding, but I mean, it's where it is now, and I'm happy with it. I'm learning, I'm growing with it, and we're gonna see what we can do with it. This is all built in my shop with my hands, excluding the cage, just because I wanted to be safe. I had John Jacobs do that because I was kind of worried about, you know, safety issues and make sure it passed tech and everything. But started out with a wrecked 05 and had my 67 sitting there, and I looked at it one day and I said, I think we're going to put the two together and see what it comes to. And so took a long bed chassis frame, cut it up, welded it together, took 30 some inches out of it. Then we started with the ground up. I did the frame, the chassis, it's all newer stuff, and then put the motor in it. It's just a 5.9 common rail. I did all the port and polishing and headwork myself. Did all the fabrication. I mean, it's got a 06 bench sheet because I had to keep the kids happy instead of a race seat. And so I decided to do that. And it keeps the wife happy, so she gets to take a ride once in a while on something that actually has some cushion to it. And then I just started tinkering here and there, and, you know, fell in love with wanting to do all three of them. And, you know, so we're going to try to drag race, and learned a lot this weekend. You know, learned a lot from the dyno last week with Ryan Milliken, and he taught me a lot, and realized we found a limit. And so once I'm done with this, we're going to take it back and we're going to change it again, and we're going to try to see what the next limit is we can find, and just keep pushing and see what we can do with her. I mean, I'm just out here to have fun. You know, I might not be the number one or the fastest, but I'll be the one having the fun. As far as the schedule goes, I'm going to try to chase a little of everything. We have event putting on by Western Royal in Wyoming, Wheatland, Wyoming, Memorial Day weekend we're going to do right before UCC to try to get the sled stuff figured out. But, you know, we're going to chase a lot of the NHRDA stuff. We're going to go to Billings, NS. Hopefully we can chase a few more. And then hopefully after UCC, goals to get one ODSS race in there just so I can say I did it and keep pushing. And we're going to do some sled pulls with NSPA local stuff, just kind of have fun with it, because I built it to have fun with it, not just in one sport, but multiple, and to be able to drive it on the street and not get 18 miles a gallon, but I'm going to have fun doing it with a smile on my face. A lot of friends to thank, you know, Braden Swink, Darren Wood, Josh Awesomus, you know, ATS. They've helped me with the transmission. They've been nonstop with what I need. There's Black Diamond Motorsports. Definitely got to thank my wife, because she supports anything and everything I do. And my girls, you know, they're the ones that are on top of cleaning it and stuff like that. You know, I don't get a lot of sponsorship, but I definitely have one of the best crews out there to help when I need it. I mean, they normally would be with me, but they all got to work, and I don't blame them. But, you know, we're just average Joes just out here trying to have average fun, or better at least. The companies that have been on board with me is obviously Hot Shots. They've helped me out. You know, Kyle's knowledgeable. He set me up with every lubricant I need, the oils, the transmission, the transfer case. I mean, I've ran anything Hot Shots Kyle recommends. Ryan Milliken at Hardway's done all the tuning for me. You know, phenomenal guy to deal with. He came out to Denver and he did a lot of tuning with it, learned a lot. You know, I got to thank him. And then ATS has been kind of one of my main primary sponsors through the years. They've always taken care of me. My transmissions usually hold up. A lot of the brake lines and stuff came from Black Diamond Motorsports. That was definitely a big help on trying to figure out a few things here and there. Made it simpler as far as that stuff goes. Other than that, my wife's my big sponsor. As far as where somebody could probably find me, I'm Dan the Flag Manly. I've kind of been known that because I travel the country with a lot of the sled pulling organizations, so that's kind of where that comes from. But my main thing I try to post a little bit more now, I'm learning social media and stuff, is High Country Motorsports. That's kind of where my main focus is as far as this goes. That way you can kind of see the progress, see what's happening. We're going to start releasing a lot more stuff on there now that I'm figuring out, how to do it, how to take the time with it. I mean, that's where most of my stuff will be displayed, and hopefully we have some good content for everybody to watch.